Hi guys, Mark and Jessica here. We were asked by Gregor this week if we could share for a few minutes at the retreat some thoughts we have on the value of traveling. Unfortunately, we're not able to be at the retreat because we are once again traveling. A bit ironic, I suppose. But we went ahead and decided to make this video to share some of our ideas so you guys can still hear us.
Yeah, when Jessica told me that Gregor had asked her to speak on the value of traveling, like, why is he asking us? And then I had to realize, oh yeah, we've been traveling quite a bit lately, haven't we?
We have.
From Peru last year to Spain and Italy and me in England quite a bit this year, and Hawaii. Yeah, we've been doing quite a bit of traveling, so I guess it's appropriate.
Yeah. But that's one thing. It's more than just been this last few years. We've been quite a few places, and I absolutely love traveling. I love to see new places. I love getting out of my regular routine here at home. Well, they're at home. And I love to meet the people out and about and where we are and hear about their culture and where they came from and just learn where we are and it made it what it is today.
Yeah, and learning about the history of those places is just amazing. Like, it reminds me of a quote from the movie Kung Fu Panda, where he goes in and he's looking at all the memorabilia and the things, and he says, "Man, I've only seen paintings of that painting." And here we are standing outside the Colosseum in Rome, or walking around the corner, and you see that the Tower of Pisa really is leaning, and it's just amazing to go and see these places that maybe you've only read about or seen in movies or seen photos of them. It's just so much fun. Or castles in Spain, or the Inca ruins down in Peru. There's so many amazing things to see. Or learning about the history of how the Polynesians learned to navigate the seas so they can hop from island to island. It's just so much fun, not just learning about the history, but being there and being able to experience it. One other thing that we really love about traveling is the food. Everywhere we go, we find that the food is just fantastic. It's just amazing. And whether you're having a paella in Spain, or pizza and pasta in Italy, or a pineapple crisp in Hawaii, which unfortunately we can't find anymore because the restaurant closed down. But the food's just always been amazing. We love trying the foods of the different areas that we go to.
Yeah, it's not very good for the diets, but it's amazing to go and try all these different foods. Probably one of the most memorable trips that we took was the one we took last year to pick up our son down in South America. The reason why it stuck with me the most is it really, really put things into perspective for me. We got to Bolivia and Santa Cruz, and we checked into our hotel a day or so before we went and saw our son. And it was a decent hotel. It was pretty good. It was a little older. It'd been around. The carpet was a little worn, but it was pretty good. No real complaints at all about it. And we went and got our son and brought him back, and he was amazed that there was an elevator. He hadn't seen an elevator in 2 years, and they walked into the room, and the very first thing he did in the room was immediately collapse to the floor and spread eagle on this worn carpet because it was carpet, and he hadn't seen carpet in 2 years. And it really, without even meeting any of the people yet, it really, really brought into perspective what we all take advantage of. And
yeah, I think I'd highly, highly recommend that anyone in a first world country take the opportunity to travel down to a third world country somewhere, because it'll really help you put things in perspective. I don't want to downplay any of the difficulties or challenges anyone's going through in their life, because I know that they're real, they're what they need, what they're struggling with. But when you go down to a country where the people truly are living day to day just to see if they can put food on the table for that night so their family can eat, where they're living in, you can't even call it a home, they might have one wall, the other three walls are a tarp, and the tarp for a ceiling, and over time they may build a second, third, or fourth wall when they have the money and the time to do so. You can see people living in true poverty, and yet what just amazed me is you won't find a happier people anywhere. Here they are in these circumstances, and yet they're happy. And how many of us, with our home and our multiple TVs and 2 cars, and are struggling to be happy because of our problems that we see, and it just really helps put things into perspective.
Yeah. But at the same time, all these many different places that we've done have been absolutely amazing. But we have taken travel as simple as loading up our children in a trailer, a pop-up tent trailer, and going camping 2 weeks in the woods. And that was an amazing experience to be able to see the beauty of the God's green earth and to spend time with our family and build that relationship. Those are experiences our children talk about all the time, is spending that quality time together. And so you can still receive value in travel without spending a lot of value money-wise to get wherever you want to go.
Yeah, some of the other fun things about travel is that you're going to come home with a lot of stories that you'll be able to tell for a long time. Like maybe the time that your bag got stuck in Miami 2 days before a hurricane came through, and you had to go shopping for a whole new wardrobe in Spain before you jumped on a cruise ship. But there's going to be many things that happen, stories that you're going to tell, challenges that you're going to overcome. But traveling is it's so much fun once you get past the dreary of sitting on a round metal tube for hours and hours. But getting to the locations, enjoying them are great. One thing I do highly recommend, now after we've talked about learning to appreciate what you have and seeing people in third world countries, and I highly recommend that at least one member of your family travel a lot, because when you do so, you start to get perks. So for instance, as we flew over to Barcelona, we got upgraded for free to business class, and there is no better way to travel across the ocean than business class.
It was really nice.
And on this trip that we're on here, we took 2 flights, one from Phoenix to Chicago, then Chicago to Cincinnati, and we were upgraded to first class on both. So much nicer sitting in those seats. And again, I kind of feel bad talking about that after we talked about visiting Bolivia and Peru, but it is a nice perk. So have one of you at least travel a lot so you can get those free upgrades.
Yeah. Have fun at the retreat, guys. Thanks so much. We'll be thinking of you and practicing the music as well. Thanks.